Obviously, with comparing the classic M14 and the new M14, we're on good old Black Ops 1. I say this every time I load this shit up, bro, but they do not cook like they cooked with this game anymore. With this menu, now we just got whatever operator we have equipped in a long corridor. And surprise, surprise, we're loading up Kino der Toten. And I did this video a little while ago for the PPSH, which I did World at War, and I downloaded a mod menu to just make it easy to give myself stuff. But with BO1, the M14 is on the wall right here. The one thing with just BO1 and the older zombies that puts them at just a severe disadvantage is that if I'm only using this one weapon, right, it's kind of a bitch to get ammo. Because the only place I have to get ammo is right there. And, you know, that's just how classic zombies works. It's something that we're all used to, obviously. But in Black Ops 6, every weapon is at such an advantage because of the ammo crates. But what I do try and do, like I did with the PPSH, which I'm going to do for the M14, is I try to make it as similar attachment-wise as I can to the original. The only problem is the smallest mag on the BO6 one is 20 bullets. So it again is at such a distinct advantage because this has 8. You know, I'm curious, for anybody watching this right now, you know, let me know. Were you a psychopath in Olympia gang or were you M14 gang? Were you a sane human being? Because myself, and I was always M14 gang growing up. I refused to buy this fucking Olympia. Going into BO2, I refused to buy the Olympia. And before they added the M14, it hurt my soul that they brought back the Olympia and they made it good. Because the Olympia in BO6, well, that thing is nasty. Luckily, they came back out with the M14, and the M14 is just as nasty. We also got a max ammo, which is huge. I guess on the bright side, we're not going to have to spend any money on the box. The one thing that does suck is we need to get this thing pack-a-punched like ASAP. But this isn't more like a which one's better, because I think it's just blatantly obvious that anything that's in Black Ops 6 is just going to be the better version. And that's just purely because of the new mechanics. It just makes every weapon better. This is more just like a comparison. Oh my god, I actually almost just got double swiped. And crazy enough, if we're talking about just weapon feeling, because I used the M14 like recently, so I can kind of talk about how that weapon feels. Crazy enough, I kind of prefer the feeling of this M14. Like damage-wise, obviously it's less than. Like, oh my god. Damage-wise, it's obviously less than. I think this is our last zombie. So let's try and open up a little bit. I'm gonna save turning on power until, oh, I need to get quick revive, bro. Oh, that's not last zombie. There's 2 more right here. I'm gonna save turning on power until we have enough for pack-a-punch, just because I don't want to deal with the little fucks on this map until we have this thing pack-a-punched. But I don't think it'll actually take all that long from where we're at. We do need to get quick revive though, because if we don't get quick revive, we are risking this run being immediately over. But no, just like actual feeling of this weapon, just shooting at zombies, this version feels significantly better than the new one. And it's one of those things that kind of sucks because it's just a modern thing with the modern weapons. They're all primarily tuned for multiplayer and for Warzone. Damage-wise, obviously they're scaled for zombies, but I feel like with these games, zombies was taken into account when we were talking about like the weapon feeling, while we were talking about the way the weapon feels, the damage output, everything. I feel like zombies was definitely a very big factor. And with modern zombies, I don't think it is as much as it was. That's at least just how it feels to me personally. I do need to buy ammo for this immediately because we are running out. Luckily, even though we have a complete and utter dog shit weapon right now, the training in BO1 is significantly better than it is in any zombies game. If we're just being real, I know I shit on BO1, but that's one thing that BO1, it will never be topped. The way you can train up zombies and the way that just zombies behave in general is elite in this game. And it's just not even close. No game comes close. Also, I was going to do the Black Ops 2 stream today, but I am rescheduling it for tomorrow. So if you're watching this video now, or when it comes out, I'm going to be doing the BO2 campaign stream tomorrow before Black Ops 7 comes out. Because if you haven't heard anything about Black Ops 7, or you just don't care to, Black Ops 7 is a direct sequel to BO2. So I wanted to replay the campaign before BO7 came out. Let me buy ammo while I can, while I have a second to breathe. So with it being a direct sequel, I want to play the campaign that leads into it before that campaign comes out. So the slight ooh, yeah, I'm down. Let me clear some of these assholes that are going in a different direction. Oh, we need to buy quick revive again. Okay, let's immediately book it over here. Buy quick revive, please. Yeah, bro, I'm not confident in living with an unpack-a-punched M14 in Black Ops 1. Because I know I was just glazing how it's very nice to train zombies in this game, but to that same degree, the weapons in BO1 do no damage. I'm dying. I started shit-talking BO1 and the game tried to kill me. We also we should be good to pack a punch now. But that is one of the things that drives me crazy about BO1, just in general, is that the weapons do literally no damage and they don't have a good ammo count. And I will always say that I think going back and playing the old games is fun. Like it's very fun. It's very nostalgic. It's always going to be very nostalgic. I need to get Jug too. But there are a lot of things that make these games just objectively worse with older mechanics. But it's like that wasn't a problem back then because that's what the mechanics were. That's what we knew. Now that we have these newer mechanics and these things that just improve upon it, it doesn't make these games any less fun or nostalgic to go back and play, but it does make things like that make them a little bit less than. There we go. Pack-a-punched M14. I could not actually tell you the last time I pack-a-punched the M14 in BO1. Like it has probably been over a decade. 100% over a decade. I also thought it was a little bit funny. I got a comment on the last video that I did because I was playing Black Ops 6 and someone said, "How are you still playing this game?" And I'm like, bro, the new game comes out in a week. I am killing time. That is all that it is. Oh, dog round, huge? Actually, not huge. BO1 dogs are scary, bro. If you haven't played BO1 in a minute, or, you know, you just don't remember these dogs at all, I have a pack-a-punch weapon right now, so like it's not as deep as it usually is. These assholes are terrifying. If you just have a normal weapon unpack-a-punched, they are scary. Then we got the release of Black Ops 3, and Black Ops 3 made them complete and utter pushovers. Any weapon on any round two-shots them. But no, I haven't gone back and I haven't played the new games the old games. Sorry. I haven't played the old games in a while, so it is fun just going back and playing these games. And I had if you haven't seen it, I had put out a video where I went through and I didn't do any like Easter eggs or anything. I was just playing them, but I went through and I played every game that's in the Black Ops storyline. The only one I was missing was Vanguard, but I think I talked about it in Cold War. Is literally just because oh my god, I just got double swiped. But the only one I didn't play is Vanguard because Vanguard is canon now. But the only reason I didn't play Vanguard is because I just literally don't own it on PC. Because bro, I even loaded up MWZ. This is my last quick revive too, bro. I'm kind of just yapping and not paying attention. If this thing did more damage, like it did like anywhere near the amount of damage it does in Black Ops 6, anywhere near that number, this gun feels so much better. It just doesn't do the damage. I need to get Jug like ASAP, bro. But right, the title of the video was playing every Black Ops Zombies, right? It says it in the title. I said it at the beginning. I'm playing every Black Ops Zombies. Let me grab this nuke, then I can buy Jug. Grab you, buy Jug. Oh my god, I feel so much safer. Tell me why I got someone commenting, basically saying that the title is misleading because I wasn't playing every zombies game, I was just playing Treyarch zombies. My brother in Christ, the title of the video is playing every Black Ops Zombies. And also, I have so many, every time, oh my god, I have so many videos, like all my old challenge videos where I would go, like I do one boxes, I do knife only, I do things like that. I always included the non-Treyarch games. And I think I've actively talked about, like, I enjoy, like, IW zombies, I personally love. But it's like, I swear to God, bro, some of the people just in YouTube comment sections don't know how to read. I feel like most of you guys are cool. Most of the people that comment are usually cool. But then there's people like that, bro. It's just like, I didn't say I'm playing every zombies game. I said I'm playing every Black Ops Zombies game. And the only one that I didn't include, I stated it was literally just because I don't own it. I don't have any way to play it. Oh, double point's huge. Because I need speed cola and I need double tap. I need ammo for this gun. That's what I need. Also, ammo is going to be so expensive for this thing now. I can take advantage of these double points, but I don't want to like fuck up spawns. I should be able to get ammo. The only thing that I'm like concerned about is I need my other perks. And I want to grab this nuke, but again, I need points. And the nuke does not give me nearly enough points. Okay, let's just try and get as many points as we can off this group. Okay, now we need to go get ammo. Oh my god. Oh, I don't have anything. Hey, I was convinced that we weren't even gonna get to pack-a-punch this thing. So we're doing better. 4,500, bro. Like that's the thing that I'm concerned about. Is I'm more. Oh, there was still one that hadn't blown up. I'm more so concerned that we're just not going to be able to build up the amount of points that we need to get ammo again. But no, I just thought that comment was funny. But then they scrolled through, mind you, my videos since Black Ops 6 have come out have almost all just been like the camo grind, because that's the main thing that I've been doing. Like I scrolled 20 videos and I didn't see one that included them. I'm like, yeah, because I haven't done an all zombies game video in a lot more than 20. It's been a lot more than 20 videos. But if you actually went to the videos that I talked about, you would have found them. I don't know, comments like that just make me giggle. Let's get Speed Cola. I'm not gonna be stupid. I'm just gonna wrap all the way around Kino instead of turning around and walking back into the horde of zombies I was just training up. I'm playing it smart, guys. I'm using my brain. I know, rare sight. Call your local news organization. Something that doesn't happen often. And you know, I'm another thing that I'm curious about, because at least for me personally, like newer zombie mechanics don't really bother me as much as they bother a lot of other people. Is that just a carpenter? That is just a carpenter. Don't care. Newer zombie mechanics don't bother me as much as it bothers other people, but I completely understand why it bothers people. So I'm curious where like everybody stands, because someone had commented this and I completely agreed. They said, I don't mind modern zombie mechanics. The only thing that I personally mind is plating up. They're like, everything else completely fine with. It's just plating up ruins the zombie immersion for me. And I think when it comes to modern zombie mechanics, that's like probably the most valid take I've heard regarding modern zombie mechanics. That's like the one take that I really agree with, because they were saying that if they just removed plating up, zombies for them would be just as good, if not better. I don't know if they said that. I think I said that, or I thought it. My brain is combining information. I don't want to put words in their mouth, but I do know that they said that was their only problem with modern zombies. And I totally agree. Like the other thing that I don't personally like is I don't really like the rarity system. I'd rather have one system to upgrade my damage, and I'd rather that be Pack-a-Punch. But it's like, again, those mechanics are something that I've personally put a lot of time into modern zombies. So those are more mechanics that I've gotten used to. But someone that wants to just jump in and play the new zombies, and they played and or enjoyed the older zombies, that's something that they're not used to and they wouldn't like. So to get to the question is, if you don't like modern zombies, what mechanics specifically do you not like? And like, I'm curious how many people agree with that take, that if they just literally just removed plating, that modern zombies would be infinitely better than it is right now. Because I know, like, over the course of BO6, that's like the main thing that I heard that people just don't like and they want gone, is just plating. But besides that, there's really not that many complaints about the other mechanics. Okay, grab this insta-kill. Let's open up here, get double tap. Does double tap even do anything with the M14? Does the M14 have a fire rate cap? Let's do this while we have, excuse me, give me double tap. While we have, I don't know if the M14 has a fire rate cap, so I don't even know if that did anything. I might have just wasted 2,000 points for absolutely no reason. So, you know, just let me know. On top of are you M14? Oh, I'm dead. I'm dead. Oh my God, I just wasted all my points. You know, I was only going to go to round 15 anyways. So, and let me, you know what? Let me add to the question too. What do you think they could bring in from the older games, like whether it's BO1, whether it's World at War, whatever it is? What do you think that they could bring in from the older games if you don't enjoy modern zombies, or you do and you just want a new, like, this mechanic to return? What mechanics could they bring in from these games to make it closer to that classic experience that people want? There we go. You know, we're giving the M14 15 rounds. We are almost at the point that this thing is doing absolutely no damage. It's already getting there. We're almost out of ammo. We lost all of our perks. I still think once I have my hands on the BO6 one, I can like 100% confirm it. I like the sound. I like the feel. I like the design. I like all of that more than the current one. But actual performance wise, I still think the current one just destroys this version. But now we jump cut over to BO6. Now we use the Black Ops 6 version, and to like not give it more advantages than it already has, this is the smallest mag that makes it 20 rounds. I can't make it 8, and then I have the barrel to make it single fire, and then quite literally nothing else on here. And it's like, I just finished up the M14 the other day, and obviously its damage is great. I think it's a very good gun in this game, but I don't know, growing up playing zombies with the original M14, that one feels more normal to me. The other thing that throws me off, and it doesn't feel right, is these iron sights with this barrel. The normal version has the normal iron sights. I hate that with this barrel, they decided, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna make it completely, I just got the ray gun. I'm so pissed. No, I'm so pissed. I'm actually so mad. Why don't I not have my skin on this? I was literally just saying, I think last video, anybody that's been here for a minute, this vending machine has treated me horribly through the entire life cycle of Bo6. I have camo grinded for literal days of in-game time on this map, and all that thing has ever given me is chips or 100 points. And now that the game is almost over, we actually finally get this thing to drop a ray gun. Oh, that makes me so, oh, it pisses me off. You know, I have 300 extra bullets to, you know, test this out. So I think the thing that throws me off with this is just the sheer lack of recoil this thing has, which you think would be a good thing and would make it feel better. But the M14 just had such a distinct recoil pattern if you were like spraying it, that with Bo1 and Bo2, I just got so used to, and that's how that gun has felt for me for years. And all of a sudden we get this new one and it feels wrong. And it's like, we're talking about it on paper. Technically, that is better. That's why I don't want to talk about what's better. It's more just a preference. Because on paper, in every single category, this version of the M14 is just better. It's just better. It is. 90% of that is due to modern mechanics, but it's also just how the gun performs, right? Like, we're on round 3 and this thing is still one-tapping to the head. It'll keep one-tapping to the head. Well, the version in Bo1 did not do that. So obviously, if it's a competition of which one is better, if we're talking Bo6 or Bo1, which version of the M14 is better? This version's better. Why is there 2 separate fire modes? Why? It doesn't switch. There's 2 single fire modes. Yeah, bro, they really gave up. They are visually saying, hey, go play the new game in a week. But if we're talking which one's better, it's not even a competition. Any modern weapon, there is a 99.99999% chance that version of it is going to be better because of the modern mechanics, how weapons perform now. That's just how it is. But I don't know. I'll stand on that. I think the other M14 just feels better. But I think that's because that's more of a comfortable thing. Like, I'm more comfortable with that M14 just because that's the one that I grew up with. That's the one that if I'm shooting an M14, I know it's an M14 in my hands. I'm aiming at a zombie. I'm pulling the trigger and shooting at the zombie. The Bo1, Bo2 M14 just feels more familiar. But if it comes down to realistically which one I would want to use, it would be this one just because it's significantly better. If I could transport this exact gun into Bo1 to use it in Bo1, and you got the wall buys right next to each other, you got Bo1 M14, you got Bo6 M14, I would still probably buy this one off the wall. I think everyone in their right mind would. But the Bo1 M14 gets the nostalgia goggles a little bit. I've been arguing M14 gang, or not arguing M14. You know, I worded that wrong. Sorry, I apologize. I have been arguing for the M14 gang in zombies as long as I can remember, fighting the psychopaths that are the Olympia gang. So the classic M14 will always just hold a special place in my heart. Also, this iron sight kills me, bro. This kills. What is this? What am I looking at? I forgot to buy the DM10. I don't have space for the DM10. I have a ray gun in my hands. Actually, you know what I might be able to do? Maybe, possibly. Let me go. I can do the Deadshot Easter egg, or buy the DM10, do the Deadshot Easter egg, and then come back and pick up the ray gun. I mean, there's no point for me to have this ray gun. I'm not even using it. But, you know, the vending machine decided to be nice to me in a video that I can't use the ray gun that it gives me, and decides to hate me every day that I'm recording something where I could use that ray gun. You know, it's okay. I'm not salty. It doesn't hurt my feelings and doesn't feel like somebody spit in my mouth. Definitely doesn't feel like that at all. Okay, I think, no, there's another zombie over here. There's 3 zombies. Okay, let's kill you. Let's save this last zombie. Let's buy the DM10 and then let's go up there. Also kill you. You know, I'm gonna do something crazy and kooky too. We're gonna ask a third question. You know, you're gonna go edit that comment that you already edited. Third question, which M14 do you prefer? Because like, if it comes down to preference, I might be crazy enough to say the Bo1 M14 just because that's what I grew up with. But realistically, in every single aspect possible, it should be the Bo6 M16 or M14. Sorry, not M16. Where's the zombie, bro? Hurry it up, pal. I need to do this Easter egg. Okay, there we go. He's dead. 1, 2, 3. Let me re-hold my breath. 1, 2. There we go. There's Deadshot. Let's pack a punch this melee because I don't want the ugly ass beans camo. There we go. And now, like, it's just not even fair, bro. And granted, it's because Bo1 just has dog shit ammo counts just in general. So it's kind of the game's fault rather than the M14. Like, this thing has 40 in the mag with the smallest mag you can put on this. It has 40 in the mag, and it has 600 in reserve. And on top of that, with just a single pack-a-punch, it's still one-shotting everything. Okay, give me my ray gun back. Not only is it still one-shotting everything, I pack-a-punched it, and it's doing 4 times the damage that it was. And then like I have this horde of zombies right here, right? And I can just do this, I can just spray into them, and the entire horde is dead. And I haven't even upgraded this thing's rarity, bro. Like when I did this with the PPSH, it was kind of the same thing. I prefer the way the weapon feels, I prefer the sound, I prefer the weapon design, but just it is blatantly obvious that weapon performance, it's gonna go to the new game. It just has to. It's just not even a competition. Do I be a little crazier and kookier and add a 4th question? I mean, you don't really have to answer this one if you don't want to, but I am genuinely curious going into BO7 because BO7 comes out very soon. Where people are at with BO7, like just things that you like, you don't like, whether it's zombies or multiplayer. Like I'm going to be playing both. We don't really know much about campaign or that end game mode, so it's kind of hard to say anything. Same thing. I mean, Warzone, I don't think is going to be any different. If we're being 100% honest, it's going to be the same exact thing it's been for the past 6 years, which is sad, but you know, is what it is. I missed. Oh my God, I missed with my Molotov. Oh, there's poor double points. Oh, it's just getting wasted. There's only a blast trap on the ground and a C4. Oh my God. Oh, Semtech's huge. That is, I genuinely think the first time that I've missed this head. Okay, let's toss this. There we go. And then it lands right next to it. How did I miss? But I'm curious what everybody's thoughts are on BO7. Like if you're going to play it or if you just want to watch it. I know the main thing that I'm going to be doing is camo grinding because there is not, at least for me personally, there's not a set of camos in that game that I don't like. And again, for me personally, after playing the beta, I genuinely enjoyed how the game felt. Like, I just think everything about Black Ops 7 across the board, if we're talking multiplayer, if we're talking zombies, we're talking everything, is just an overall improvement on this game, which is what a sequel should be, obviously. Like the main thing of determining if a sequel's actually any good or not. Grab this salvage. We can upgrade this to purple. Yeah, no, this thing is just infinitely better. But like, obviously there's this things also with the Mangler, bro. It just, once you break its armor, it 2-taps him. Like obviously there's going to be things that people don't like or people don't prefer. Like I was talking about it in stream. Some people don't like the wall jumping and the things like that. And it's like, yeah, no, I totally get that. I personally am a fan of it because I like having options when I'm in a fight or I'm doing any sort of movement. I think having more options is better. That's at least my take on it. But some people want it to be kept simple. I think that's the nice thing about BO7 though, is that outside of like certain parts of the map where you have to use the wall jump to get through, it's not even really a necessity to play. It's just kind of an option that's there. Yeah, bro. So we are going to double pack this thing real quick. Get it up to pack 2. We have a purple rarity. Obviously, armored zombie is a little bit different, but it just does an egregious amount of damage in comparison to the BO1 M14. It's just not close. It's just not fair. And with BO7, I'm just curious what people don't like. I will say, like, the one thing that I'm really concerned about is that with this being a genuine just improvement across the board in comparison to BO6, which I obviously personally enjoyed BO6. I think it has its quirks, and I hate how they handled the post-launch content, absolutely. And that's the thing that I'm concerned about with BO7, is BO7 can be the best Call of Duty game. Not saying I think it is, but it could be. But if they don't handle the post-launch content better than they handled BO6's, it's just going to be the same thing. It's going to be Treyarch put out a great game on launch and then just fumbled it later down the line. And I don't want BO7 to be that because I love the vibe and the setting of BO1. Like, I love the not super futuristic, like we're not talking like Black Ops 3 or IW, but we're talking like semi-futuristic. Like obviously BO2 is set in the past now, technically, but it is still semi-futuristic, kind of like in the 60s, how they thought 2001 was going to look, right? Same type of beat. But that's how this one is it's not like this crazy futuristic setting, but it's like semi-futuristic. So like it has that pro for me. Zombies, again, I feel like is just an improvement across the board. The only things that were dragging it down were things that are literally fixed by augments, which we'll have on launch. Still, I think some of the weapons, you know, should perform, or just some of the mechanics should perform without those augments, but the augments are there and the options are there to fix them, right? So it's like, yeah, we shouldn't have those complaints to begin with, but we do have the option to fix it. So it's not really a problem. Campaign, I hope they chef it up, bro, because BO2's campaign was great. And if they somehow fumble a direct sequel with a modern engine to one of the best campaigns they've made, they just need to give up on campaigns. That's it. They need to call it wraps. And then multiplayer, some of the maps I'm kind of iffy on. Some of the maps I do like. Everything that they've announced for season 1 I think is good. You know, I want to kill this abomination before we call it quits on this. You know, open your mouth. It's just this thing just shreds him, bro. It's not even fair. This gun has 2 attachments on it. Oh, daily challenge, sick. But as of right now, I think there's just more pros than there are cons for me. But I'm curious if people have like their own personal cons, what they are. But I gave BO1 15 rounds. I'm giving BO6 15 rounds. I technically gave it 16. Obviously, the performance of this thing is just going to be significantly better, but I still think I prefer the BO1 version just because it's nostalgia bait, bro. Straight up. I'll fully admit to that. It's nostalgia bait. But my list of things that I like with the BO1 M14 kind of outweigh the damage factor with the BO6 version. I can't lie.